Welcome back. Today is a momentous day. It is a day that we have been waiting for the last 2 entire years. We have spent over 203 in-game days, totaling over a massive 5,000 plus in-game hours, spread across over 700 in real life days to get where we are today. I haven't uploaded a Seers Supreme episode in over 11 months, spending all of that time between then and now solely cutting trees, attempting to get the beaver. But before we get into what's happened over these last 11 months since episode 19, let's take a quick trip down memory lane and see what we've accomplished over these last 2 years. Back on the 14th of October 2023, I created my Supreme One Chunk account, full of life and optimism, firmly believing that not only can I achieve everything that an Extreme One Chunk does, but also that I can get all the skilling pets required in my first chunk. We took ourselves over to Seers Village and began by killing over 25,000 men and women for 52 prayer, casting Smite for the very first time. Once this mammoth task was over, we used our lamps and forestry events to get ourselves to a lofty 46 hunter, being able to net ourselves a chunker's holy trinity of the steel full helm, steel plate body, and legendary mithril scimitar. And let's not forget the chunking woodcutter's dream of a steel axe. We then buried ourselves in the depths of the elemental workshop, killing over 100,000 elementals on our way to 79 magic to cast Entangle, which we will see the outcome of in this video. Killing those elementals netted us many uncut gems, which, in tandem with a few lamps and flax drops, propelled us on our way to 43 crafting to cut an uncut diamond, which again, this video will unfold exactly what happened. And finally, we tackled the skilling pets, pickpocketing men and women in the Seers Village pub, getting Rocky a massively spooned 62 thieving, and becoming a meme within the One Chunk universe of being about the only person without the beaver pet. But 2 years of perseverance and following our dreams has led us to one of the greatest outpouring of emotions in my video game career. But what actually happened? Well, sit back and relax as I take you through where we left off to this. Get it! No way! No way! Oh my god! It is finally here. Episode 20. It's been a few months since we last uploaded, and in that time, we have got a lot done. As a reminder, we are starting this episode with 3 tasks remaining. 43 crafting is required to cut an uncut diamond, 79 magic is needed to cast the spell Entangle, and the most anticipated task, we need to obtain that elusive beaver. Now, my recommendation is to buckle yourself in. You've got a lot to get through, and one of those things is a world's first exclusive amazing segment for this series. So look forward to that, and let's see what I've been doing. So, what we're going to do is, over the last however many weeks it has been, we've collected a bunch of these, and that will start off the next stage of the magic grind. So, in the last episode, we left off at 74, which means now, with this, we're going to make ourselves all the way up 75, and then some. And then, the plan going forwards is to kill another 30,000 air elementals to get the rest of the runes to get to the fabled 79 magic. And in this episode, you are going to see that. You're going to see 79 magic being achieved, locked to Seers Village. So, let's get cracking with it. Let's get that 75 magic ticked off. Okay, a couple more clicks and we'll have achieved something very good for this account. So, in 1 second, we have just hit 2 million GP. So, why is that important to the account? what does that mean for the future of the account? Well, as we said in an earlier episode, because we are a Supreme One Chunk Ironman, we are required to buy the bank slot upgrades. Now, you can only buy bank slot upgrades from bankers who are located at the various banks around the world. You cannot buy bank slot upgrades from chests that act as banks or deposit boxes or anything like that. So we have to go to a bank to unlock the next bank slot upgrade. As part of this chunk, we upgraded our bank slot at 1 million GP, and we did that at the bank in Seers Village. So what is the next bank slot upgrade? Well, the next bank slot upgrade is 2 million GP, which we now have. So when we get round to unlocking a new bank, we can instantly buy the 2 mil upgrade without any stress at all. That is so good for this account. It takes such a weight off my shoulders. Now, where are the nearest banks? So there's a few of them. The first nearest bank is in Catherby, which is not far away. It's only 2 chunks, maybe 3, depending on what happens. And Ardoyne, so East Ardoyne, has a bank in the north, and it has a bank in the south. I think at this point, the north one is probably slightly closer, but it's definitely further away than Catherby. And finally, there is a bank in the Fishing Guild, which again is probably a bit closer than Ardoyne, but it's not as close as Catherby. So realistically, out of the 4 directions that I can travel when I roll a chunk, only north is a saving grace from being able to have to spend 2 million coins on a bank slot. So are we hoping we go north? Maybe. But at this moment in time, we are comfortable with the fact that Catherby is still a couple of chunks away, if that's the direction we roll. 1 more high alchemy to go, and we have reached 75 magic. We only have 4 more levels to go until 79, and we can now use Firewave. And look at all the GZs. We are so unbelievably close now, and I'm so unbelievably excited. We are only now 4 levels away, so what we're going to do is we're going to use the rest of our runes and see how far up we can get from 75 magic. So I'm hoping this gets us most of the way to 76, but I'm not sure it will do. However, we'll give it a good shot. So this is so good. I'm so excited. Look at this. Look at this magician. Absolute magician. Right, not long ago on stream, we used up all of our runes. Now, I know I said that I was hoping that it would get me some of the way to 76. That apparently was the case. Look at that. We're about 70% of the way to 76 magic. That is a very good, and it took quite a bit to get all those runes saved up, so definitely worthwhile. So we're back on the grind. We're back out there trying to get more runes, and we're trying to get back on track for 76 magic. Exciting times. So we're going to get back down into the dungeons, into the workshop, and I'll probably see you very shortly for another update. I think we're closing in on 13 whole months of doing crafting, and this thing it's been rough. We've only been able to get uncut gems from either the gem drop table, which is only accessed via elementals, or from random events which appear randomly and have a random drop rate to give you uncut versus cut. So this has been a big side quest that we've been on for the last 13 months, and now it's finished. 43 crafting. We can now cut diamonds on the account for the first time, and we've got a lot of those to cut. So we're gonna see how many XPs we can get from these 89 uncut diamonds, and that's it. We've now got only 2 tasks left, no side tasks left to do, and we're going to be ploughing towards this chunk roll. Absolutely ploughing. So excited. 91 strength. Pretty much only killing elementals, and 94 combat. Absolutely amazing. I can't, it's wild to think that I've been here for this long and I've managed to get all the way up to 91 strength and 94 combat. Because the only things I've got in my chunk are men, women and elementals. It's pretty crazy. But we're only 2 levels away now from our next max hit. And then I'm going to make a decision of whether I stay with that or I go for 99. But we're making progress. We are absolutely smashing it, as people would say. The keen, eagle-eyed viewer will notice something very important in this image. And this is it. 300,000 oak logs cut. In total, we have definitely chopped more than 500,000 total logs across all of our different log types: normal, oak, maple, willow, yew. And it's been quite a journey. It's been quite a journey to get here, and we're still going, obviously.
Look at that, it's a hit points level, and I'm really sick. What is this voice? What does this sound like? This is gross. But 82 hit points is still pretty good, so it's making me feel a little bit better, I guess.
Once again, taking a break from that magic training to relax and chop a bit of trees. And I know I said that I would check back in at certain milestones. And well, here we are again. We're coming up to a new milestone. And like I said, we're trying our hardest here. We've been doing this for a while now, but safe to say, I never thought I'd reach that. I never thought I'd reach 40 million woodcutting experience without the beaver. But here we are, you know? We're living the dream. We're happy as hell. And just like everyone is suggesting, beaver when? Beaver when exactly? Well, 40 million woodcutting experience. That has netted us almost 550,000 logs total. And you would have thought by now that I absolutely would have got even the slightest sniff of a beaver. Some people have suggested 1 times rate, some people have suggested 1.5 times rate, some people have suggested 2 times rate. I don't know where I am, but what I do know is that we're still here. And you would think by now I wouldn't be enjoying myself, but, you know, chopping trees is easy. It's not like killing 30,000 hellhounds or doing Chambers of Xeric over and over and over again, or, you know, complaining about farming. You know, this is easy stuff. This is easy stuff. But what we're going to do is we're going to carry on with some woodcutting for a bit, and then we're going to go back to elementals, and we'll just see how quickly we can get to 79 magic. Well. I am finally back from a quite extended holiday break. The last clip, 40 million woodcutting XP, was 16th of December 2024, and we are currently now on the 5th of January 2025. So, I don't know when this video is going up, but I hope you all had a good Christmas. I hope you all had a wonderful New Year, and I hope 2025 is amazing. So, what we left off at was that we had just received a beautiful 43 crafting, 82 hit points, 91 strength, and we were working our way up through the woodcutting XP, finishing off at 40 million pre-Christmas. So now, oh, and one other thing, 75 magic. I forgot the big one. That is a big one. So now, here's the new stats. This is over the Christmas break with no access to my computer and recording equipment. So this was all done on my laptop, on my phone, etc, over the Christmas period. And we have finished off at 83 hit points, so 1 extra. We finished off at 92 strength, which is a new max hit first of all, but also the last max hit that we're going to get. So we now hit a massive 14. So we can't actually get any higher because we are restricted by our best in slot items, but it just means now we're going to flip to something slightly different. So if you may well remember from a long time ago, we finished at 60 defense. We are now 65 defense. And the reason behind that is that this total level here, we need to get this as high as possible now, because the maze random, the amount of runes that you get at the end is dependent on your total level, or so I'm led to believe. So the higher that is, the more runes I will get in total. So instead of continuing with strength and seeing a new strength level every 2-3 weeks, instead we're going to move on to defense to get that up for a bit, and then we might move on to attack as well, seeing as we can't get any more max hits from strength. The next thing is 77 magic. We got 2 magic levels from all the runes that you may well have seen earlier in the video, and that means that now we're only 2 levels away from 79, and that is the goal, if you didn't know. Next, we got to 44 crafting with all of the diamonds that we had and that we were cutting. I was supposed to show me getting the next level, and I don't think I did. So here it is, 44. And the last thing was that we actually got an extra fishing level, which is nice. We're now 34 fishing instead of 33. Not anything important, but it's pretty good. It's a level more than anything. So what are the next steps? Well, it's the new year, it's 2025, and the goal is to get to the chunk roll as fast as physically possible. So this is what we're doing. And what we're going to do is that we're now working back up the rune stack, and then hopefully this is probably not enough to get me to 78, but it may well be a good chunk of the way there, which is pretty good. So I'm going to swap back to defensive, and we're just going to work really, really hard. We have been locked in the elemental dungeon for God knows how long at this point, but at least a couple of weeks since the last clip, and we've hit a very monumental target. 78 magic. We are now counting down to the last magic level of this chunk, and we can also wield the Trident of the Swamp and Virtus now, which is that's a long way away. Oh, there you go, there's some there's a nice little trident there. 78 magic, counting down now. We've been counting up to 79 magic for these first 78 levels, but now we're on countdown. So we've only got 169k XP remaining. That's quite a few runes, but we're just going to keep going. I'm going to be getting about 500 nature runes each go now, and then there'll just be a number of assortment of runes that come with that. And then I'm going to work through those 500 runes so that I don't over egg it. I don't want to get way too many runes and then have just wasted a lot of time. So we're going to keep a very keen eye on it from now on. And then we've only got one task left, and you all know what that is. I just wanted to drop in to say thank you to everybody who subscribed over the last 2 years. We finally hit a goal of 10,000 subscribers. But if you do want to subscribe, if you are currently not, please do. We're going to go for a goal of, 20,000 subscribers or something. I'm just so excited for it. And if you want to see what my ugly mugs looks like in real life, join me on Twitch, which I talked about earlier. Okay, bye. Right, we are about to hit 2 monumental levels back to back. The first one being 78 attack, and that leads into 100 combat. Who would have thought it? The big 3-digit combat level. I can't believe it. Might be the last one of this video. Might be one more, who knows? We have just completed another high alchemy session. We are making very good progress on the magic grind, I can tell you that for free. But we just achieved a new milestone actually. We've just got 3 million GP. So we need 2 million for the next bank slot upgrade. And then the one after that, I believe, is 5 million potentially. Which means I do need to save up a lot more cash. But, getting to 79 magic has netted me almost 3 million GP, so that is pretty good. And that means that anything we unlock next is just going to improve on that. So I'm not actually concerned anymore about these bank slot upgrades, because I've already got the next one sorted, and I'm already on my way to getting the one after that sorted. So we'll have to worry eventually, getting like 200 mil for the last one is going to be pretty bonkers, but at least now we've made progress. And as an update, because who knows, the very next clip you might see may be the 79 magic clip, but we are currently over halfway to 79 magic, which is amazing. Amazing progress. We've killed probably almost 100,000 air elementals to get to this point, which is about what I calculated in the beginning. But this is so good. We're almost there. We're so close. I can feel it. Now, I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, hold on a minute. This isn't somewhere where someone could potentially be doing magic right now. This isn't somebody dressed for the occasion in beautiful magic gear. So why promise me 79 magic and then not deliver? Well, I can tell you something right now. I did not expect what's coming up very shortly, because I thought that to get to 79 magic, we'd basically not have to kill too many more things, and we'd basically be there by now. But we've been down here for probably another, I would say, 3 days past the last clip. And honestly, it didn't occur to me that we'd be here for this long. But we have been. And we've been attacking these things now for over a year and a half. And what that has led us to is 80 attack. Now, I don't know if this, the rest of this magic grind, which is absolutely not going to be much longer now, absolutely not going to be much longer, but I don't know if that is going to cause us to hit the next combat level, because technically it's either one attack or one defense level. So maybe a defense level, potentially. So we're kind of in a race now to see whether we hit 79 magic first or whether we hit 101 combat. So I don't know, place your bets. Let's see where we get to. Right, shall we find out whether it's 79 magic first or whether it's 101 combat? Well, as it turns out, it's... Oh, no, wait, hold on. Sorry, my bad. That was totally on me. There we go. 101 combat is first. But what we can now confirm is that we also get 79 magic. Yes! Oh, oh my god. It's been so long. It's been so long. It's been a year and a half of my life trying to get to this point. It has been over 3,500 hours of grinding. I've been logging in almost every day for the last year and a half, and we finally got to this point. We now only have one singular task remaining. Now, I had to use basically all of my runes to get to this point, so unfortunately to cast Entangle, I still do need myself a couple of nature runes and some water runes. And we've got water runes and earth runes, so we don't have to worry about that stuff. Now, all we need to worry about is getting 4 more nature runes, and then I can show you me entangling something. And you might be asking yourself, what might I be entangling? Well, I'll let you have a think about that while I get 2 more nature runes. What a good day. What a good day. I didn't imagine when I woke up this morning that today would be the day, but here we are. So good. Right, you might be wondering, where are we going to go? What are we going to do? How are we going to entangle? Are we going to kill? I'm getting a bit ahead of myself. Are we going to entangle air elementals, earth elementals, maybe fire elementals, could even be water elementals? Are we doing it to men, women? Are we getting an altar count? Are we finding somebody on a PvP world? are we going wild and just doing it to a random NPC? Well, you can't. So instead, we're going to come back to a place that is iconic for the account. It was a long time ago, but it's where we started the magic grind, and that is the Seers Village pub. We came here many, many moons ago to start our magic grind. We were killing these men and women for their meagre little mind rune drops, and boy howdy, was that a tough start to this grind. But here we are, many, many moons later. We're here and we're ready to cast Entangle. So here are the runes. This is all I'm going to need. There is the spell. It's finally highlighted. So, do we do it on the level 2 man or the level 2 woman? I don't particularly care. So what we're going to do is, I believe the first person I ever shot a magic attack at was one of the women wearing the purple tops. So it's only fitting that we finish the grind how we started. Entangle. Womp. 91 XP. There's a chunk task complete. Oh, that is so good. That is so good. And now she's trapped in that spot. And, oh, no, she's coming. She's coming. Womp. Amazing. Absolutely amazing. And just for good luck, we'll bury those bones as well. Now, you're probably not wondering what happens next. So I'm just going to tell you as if you don't. We are now going to spend the next insert amount of hours here killing. God, I've got killing on the brain. I've been killing for so long in this game. Let me be clear, in this game, that I've just forgot what else we do. So we are now going to be chopping trees, which arguably you could say is killing. So, whatever. But we're going to be chopping trees now for as long as it takes. We are currently at 41.9 million woodcutting XP. And we're going to sit at these oak trees and we're going to go until beaver. And there's nothing that's going to stop us now. This is going to be day and night, morning, afternoon and evening. This is going to be while we're at home. It's going to be while we're away from home. And I'm going to do my absolute best. However, I believe that I would let a lot of people down if I didn't record this moment. So I've got to be very careful where and when this happens. So wish me luck. I mean, I'm highly expecting that the next clip you see will be said beaver clip, but I say this all the time and I am consistently wrong. So wish me luck, because it might be in a few seconds or it might be in a couple of minutes. Who knows? But we're here and we're ready. Okay, I know I wasn't sure about what the next clip was going to be, and there's a good job I wasn't sure, because it's not the beaver. However, what it is something very, very important. This number right here, when we click examine, this is 361,214 total oak logs that we've chopped and we've kept in our bank. Because like I've explained before, some of them were used elsewhere. Fire making, fletching, beehive randoms, all that kind of stuff. This is just what we've managed to chop and keep in the bank. Now, if you go to the wiki, the base chance for the beaver pet from oak trees is 361,146. We have now chopped more oak logs than the drop rate for beaver. We are dry on specifically oak trees. We're about 2 times dry in total, but just for this one tree, we are now dry. So the argument before of whether we're dry or not, it can now go out the window. It's now 100% confirmed. You can see it in the numbers. So surely we're owed something, right? Surely there's something that Jagex can do to help me out, surely. But we're going to carry on. We will not fail this mission. we've come this far. There's no backing down now.
Right, well, I honestly did not expect this. Did not think we would get to this point before we received the beaver. And I know, I keep saying in the video, and the next clip will be, and then it never is. But this time, I'm not going to say anything like that. I'm just going to tell you what has happened over the last probably 3 weeks since the last clip. So what's happened is this. We have reached rank 100 in the whole world for hardcore iron people. Can you believe that? Can you believe that? Rank 100. Now we're approximately 40 million XP away from front page. No, we're not. Sorry. That is a lie. We're 40 million XP away from rank 50. And we're approximately, I think it's about 60 to 70 million away from front page for woodcutting for hardcore iron people. So we've got quite a long time to go. But rank 100 is a big honour. Well, at least I think it is. And I'm very proud to have gotten to this point in the account, even though I would have been potentially a lot prouder if we'd have got the beaver already and left. But we're working on it, and hopefully we'll be done soon, because these trees are becoming a little bit... they're starting to become part of the background, to be honest with you. I look at them so much that, to be honest, I don't particularly notice them anymore. But anyway, whatever. Top 100, we'll take it.
And running on from rank 100, we also got 2 clues, by the way. We got 1 extra doable clue, which is wild to me, because for so long we've only ever had 1, and we keep managing to lose that 1. But now we've got 2, which means that potentially 1 more, we might get ourselves our first easy casket on the account, which would be wild. And if we got a black axe from that, that would be taking the piss. But anyway, we're not worried about the 2 clues on the ground. The thing that we're worried about is this. 50 million woodcutting experience on this bloody account. God's sake. What is Jagex doing? What are they thinking? What are they doing to me? What have I done to deserve this? Did I must have upset one of them at some point without knowing who they were. I must have done, because this is a joke. But we're quarter of the way to 200 million woodcutting XP. So, as Petless Chunk has just said, we're a quarter of the way to the boosted rates. And being a quarter of the way to the boosted rates means that we are getting very close to being, 3 times dry now? Maybe 4 times dry? On the little old beaver pet? But whatever, we're pushing on. This is becoming a legendary grind. It's becoming something that's taken a good chunk of my life, and it's taken a good chunk of my mental fortitude to get through. And once I'm finished, my God, that feeling is going to be good. I'm calling it now. I'm going to be so thrilled. I take your 50 millions woodcutting XPs and I raise you 60 millions of the woodcutting bloody XPs. We are chopping. See you soon for the 70 mil. Oh, me.
Collection log slot completed.
Get No way! No way! Oh my god! Oh my lord! I did it! I did it! I can't believe I did it. No! Oh my god! Not even 69 mil! It's not even 69 mil. What? Just... what? Oh my god. I can roll. I can leave. I can actually leave. I'm done. I'm actually done in this chunk. No. Oh my god. I don't even know what to do. Like, what do I even do? Who am I anymore? What is going on? Whoo, boy. I don't even know. I don't even know. Like, what do I do now? I just roll, right? That's what I do. Whoo. I'm gonna have to calm down. I'm about to charge about. I'm about to throw some stuff around. I'm about to cry and laugh. Whoo. Oh my god. Let's just, you know what? Focus up. Oh. Okay. We're just gonna. Let's go change the beaver. Okay, let's go. Let's start first things first. Oh, okay. First things first. Hold on. Wow. Just wow. Like, it's probably been a good 20 minutes and I haven't done anything, because genuinely the ecstasy that I've felt over the past, well, half an hour at this point total has been overwhelming. Loads of people went nuts in the clan chat. People came to visit me, to thank me, to congratulate me. My Discord went crazy. My other Discord went crazy. I had loads of Discord messages. People were texting me saying congratulations. Like, my brain is fried. I've had so much love and support thrown at me that my body physically doesn't know how to handle it. But the important thing is we're here. We have the beaver. Finally. After 2 whole years. So, we're going to do that. Look at that. That is the best pet in the game. Don't at me. Amazing. Absolutely amazing. Let's talk to the fox. Maybe if we all made an underground village together. You mean like elemental workshop, maybe? What are you pondering, my furry friend? Or just a grand plan to save all the wildlife from being hunted? That is quite fantastic, Mr. Fox. Ha 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 ha! Go. Oh, look at that. Absolutely amazing. Well, there isn't anything else to do. That was the last thing we had to do. So, I guess, seeing as we are 68,939,019, we might as well finish it off, right? We might as well get 69 million. Come on. It'd be a catastrophe if I didn't do that. A catastrophe indeed. Well, we've come to the end of the video. I know you were expecting a chunk roll here, but I have some news, some very good news. But this Saturday, and that is Saturday the 11th of October 2025 at 7 p.m. GMT, or in these other time zones here, we will be doing a live chunk roll for Hannibal, Seers Supreme, the Supreme One Chunk Ironman locked to Seers Village. the first ever chunk roll. And just as a reminder, we have made 0 exceptions. We have completed every single task possible in this chunk to get to this point. So I hope that you can all make it and you can all spend this beautiful, beautiful occasion with me, because what we'll be doing just before the chunk roll is we will be getting 69 million woodcutting XP just for a bit of fun. The funny number, and everyone can have a good laugh at it. But in Hannibal tradition, I just want to say perseverance. Keep going. Whatever you're going through, whatever you're aiming for, if you just keep going, you never give up, you never surrender, you will get there. It just takes time. And as I've proven, sometimes it can take 2 months. Sometimes it'll take 2 years. You may even find that sometimes it'll take 20 years. But if you're really passionate about it, you go for it and you will get there. So thank you so much for being on this journey with me. And thank you so much for spending your valuable, valuable time with me. Let's go and see those beautiful channel members. And I look forward to seeing you on Saturday this week for the chunk roll. Come on! In the Soothsayer tier, we have Matt W, Extreme Gnome, Diggy SP, Chris Angelopoulos, Chunk Evil, Extarian, Tiltmaster Flex, Tacho Paris, Patrick McGrory Moran, and 6Killer5. In the Oracle tier, we have Hunterman, Uberhasu, Humph, Beldereth, The Biggest MHG, and Quests Are Bad. And in the Sage tier, we have Apocalyptic Nightmare, Teeters, and Big Cat, also known as Nolo. Thank you so much. See you soon.